Word is out now that the white farmers voted for Donald Trump because they thought they were going to get black Americans in the fields. They also thought black folks did not have jobs.
I have been MAGA. I have been full-on MAGA, but I have principles.
There's stories all over the internet about farmers going bankrupt across the country. And I want you to know, I want to feel sorry for you. I'm struggling.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
In agriculture, there's about 85% of what happens on my farm that is completely out of my control.
I don't think I can't do it anymore.
I didn't care how things were affecting others until it affected me. Am I proud of that? No. We live in a very cruel world, and sometimes the only way to survive is by being selfish. We are all just out here trying to survive as best we can. And although we may have good intentions and we may be empathetic and we may be compassionate, we will always put ourselves first because we have to survive. And if that means making a mistake in my vote, or maybe putting my trust in the wrong person like I did, then that's what it means. I will always put the betterment of my family and vote in ways that I think will help my family above anyone else.
Here's the problem with voting for your self-interest. I understand Maslow's hierarchy of needs. When you're on the bottom and none of your needs are fulfilled, you can only think of yourself. But here's the problem with that, is you voted for your self-interest. So did everybody else in the Republican Party. Think about that for a minute. You voted for your self-interest, but you don't have anything. Like, you don't have anything. Like, that's what it is. But other people, rich people, they have a lot. So of course they're gonna vote for their self-interest because they have something. You don't.
All the people don't show up anymore at the farms. So they're hiding from ICE because they know they're going to get snagged by ICE if they go work in the farms. So now Trump turns around and says he's going to revise the laws about the immigrants working on the farms. You know why he's doing this? He's doing this because he wants to snag more. So he's going to say, no, we're not going to arrest them anymore like he did last time, and he still do arrest them. And he's going to go and snag everybody that's going to show up. So it's a decoy, just to grab the people, to have his numbers that he wants to deport every day, you know? So don't be coiled by that, and watch out when you go to the farms.
What's up, guys? Welcome to this channel. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe, like, share, and leave your sweet comment. And to my channel subscribers, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. In today's video, we'll be looking at how the ICE raids are affecting most of the agricultural farmers in different states of the United States. So stick around as I show you some of the videos of people reacting, both the blacks and the whites reacting to this, before we come back for more comments.
When it comes to these bankruptcies, this year, since President Trump took office, we've had more farmer bankruptcies under Section 12 than we had in the entire year in 2024. This is being caused by a lot of the policies that President Trump passed, and there's no light at the end of the tunnel.
Right there, farm labor attendance, 0. Entire fields, whole crews are ghosting fields, leaving fruits and vegetables to rot because the Donald Trump administration is too busy playing cat and mouse with people who just want to feed America. To the MAGA people who are saying that immigrants are taking your job, this right here is your opportunity. Pick yourselves up by the bootstraps, get those buckets, and pick those strawberries. No more hiding behind those welfare checks that are padded behind blue state dollars. You wanted the raids, you got them. Now get in those fields and pick those fruits and vegetables before you watch the produce aisle turn to a luxury boutique section. That's it.
They thought black people were going to go get them jobs in the field. Since the migrants are gone, we ain't got no jobs, so we gonna go back in the field and pick. That's what they thought. Oops. We worked for free in this country for 290 years. We ain't picking nothing for y'all. Y'all better get y'all white folks out there and go pick them fruits and them vegetables and take care of them cattle and the chickens. We not going out there. But I made a video when this all started, and I said they think black people are going to go back and work in the fields. That's why Donald Trump said they are taking black jobs. They think that's what we're supposed to go do. And they're finding out real quick, black people ain't coming. Y'all can hold your breath on that one. We will grow our own vegetables and take care of our own selves. We not going to them fields. Y'all better figure out what y'all want to do about this immigration policy and these mass deportations, or white folks, get your ass out there and go pick your own goddamn food. But we ain't coming.
Do they think we really looking for farm work? Do they not know that we are educated and we got degrees? And being a farm worker ain't even in the jobs categories that we be looking for. They really don't know how educated some of us are. They don't know how many degrees a lot of us have. They got to be really lost if they think that we want to come and work on their farms. They don't know that our parents and our grandparents growing up wouldn't even let us be outside if it wasn't no shade outside. Do they really think that we gonna work on a farm where ain't no shade trees at? I hate to disappoint y'all, baby, but you gonna have to get somebody else to do it, because we ain't working on nobody's farm. Never. The only way you gonna see black people working on a farm is if they own the farm, because we not working on nobody's farm as no workers. So I hate to disappoint y'all. If y'all thought those was black jobs that black people looking for, honey, you better think again, because black folks that I know got good jobs. We've had a black president, we had a black vice president, we got black senators, we got black congressmen, we got black CEOs, we got black doctors, we got black nurses, we got black psychiatrists, we got a lot of good black jobs. Now, I don't know what y'all thought we was gonna be farm workers for. We don't even want to work in the fast food industry. Those jobs, we don't want those kind of jobs.
I was just reading. Green Valley, another meat supplier, U.S. meat supplier. Well, they had to shut down because of all the arrests ICE is doing. Oklahoma, Nebraska. They had to shut down. Meat suppliers upset. Farmers upset. And the farmers are all talking. They're all saying basically the same. Well, they thought black people wasn't working. And when Trump said that, the immigrants was taking the jobs from black folks, the farmers thought that the black people would come and work for them even cheaper. So that's why they didn't mind voting for Trump. Mass deportation of the immigrants. Then the black people would come to work because they're looking for jobs. That's what they thought. They thought they would come to work on their farm, basically for free, But then they realized and they saw black people are working. Well, they ain't coming here to work on my farms. No, we're not. See, because you were lied to. Because Trump told you that black people was lazy and they was receiving welfare, is what they call it. They were receiving welfare. And y'all thought by cutting the welfare that the black people would have no other choice but to go work on the farm for free. That's what y'all thought. Y'all was going to make black people work for that welfare check. And y'all was going to put them on the farms. But see, we black people kept telling y'all, it ain't us. It's the white folks that's benefiting from the welfare. They're getting the welfare. It's more of them getting welfare than it is black people. See, y'all white folks, and I know not all white folks, but the majority of the white folks, y'all thought that it was mostly black people because that's what you hear on the news. But it's not. It's mostly white folks that's getting welfare. Not black people out there working. So now the farmers realizing, wait a minute. Where the all the black people that you promised me? Ain't no slaves here, baby. Ain't gonna be no slaves here. We ain't doing that. And I'm telling you, farmers right now, the handful of black folks that's on welfare, I'm telling you right now, they'll get that welfare check up because they ain't coming to work on your farms. They ain't even gonna go out there and work in that hot ass sun. Acres and acres of land. Those days are long gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, recent ice raids in the United States of America has been a pressing concern for farmers, immigrant workers and communities, advocates and many other professionals because it is not sparing anyone. Some of the states, people, especially the farmers, are now thinking of downing their tools because the workers, the immigrant workers are no longer going to work. And there are even videos in some social media platforms where some people in other industries and also agricultural industries like meat industry who have decided to close their business because there are no workers, or most of the ice raids have been taking away the workers, and some of the workers, instead of going or showing up, they fear that they'll be deported, so they are going to hide because of the ice raids. To provide a comprehensive overview, I'll break down some of the key aspects. I've looked at one website that tracks the activities of ICE and provides some form of statistics. This website is known as deportation.Track.live, which monitors the immigration enforcement across the United States, providing real-time updates on US raids and the deportations and also the arrests that they tend to make. So according to their data, ICE has reported significant numbers of immigrants from various regions, which include the Latin America, at around 4 million of Mexicans, 2.1 million from the Central America, 1 million people from the Caribbean islands, and 730,000 from South America. Other regions include around 1.7 million from the Asian community, 500,000 people from Europe, around 380,000 from Africa, 200,000 from Canada, 180,000 from Middle East, and around 80,000 from Oceania. Looking at the affected states and communities, there is no specific data on recent ice raids by state that is readily available. We can infer that states with large immigrant populations are likely to be affected. Some of these states include California, with having a large Latin American population. California has been a hub for ICE activities. Also, Texas has seen significant ICE enforcement along its border with Mexico, and most of the videos that I've been looking online, even some that I've prepared in this clip, you'll see how people are reacting to the Texas farmers in Texas are really grappling with losses and many other negativities that they are facing out as a result of the ice raids. People are not going to work. Some of their produces are rotting in their farms, and most of these farmers, you'll find that all the activities that have been going on in the farms, majority of them have been with the aid of the immigrant workers, and now some of them, they can't be able to do all the activities all by themselves. There are some farmers, like in some clips I saw several black farmers who have been doing the activities by themselves. Also, some of the white farmers who have been getting to do their services with the help of their family members, almost the entire their agricultural field, be it livestock build, be it crop produces. These are spared, but the ones who were highly dependent on these laborers or getting the labor from the immigrant workers are in deep trouble. We have states like Florida, which has diverse immigrant population, including those from the Caribbean islands, Latin America, which makes this state with a notable ICE activity. Also New York or New Jersey. The New York/New Jersey area has a large immigrant population, including those from Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean. ICE enforcement and detention centers are in different or in numerous areas across the United States. So this website that I looked at, it provides a map of border infrastructure and facilities, helping communities to understand the potential risk. So in some of these videos that I've been looking, agriculture has been affected because the workers that were in need are no longer going there. And what DJT had promised most of the white farmers, or what in their mind they thought that was going to happen, is that when most of these immigrant workers who have been deported back to their places, the black farmers, they thought that the black farmers were going to go back and work in these farms, which is not the case, because most of the videos that I've been looking at, black Americans are reacting. They're saying that most of them are educated, and it does not mean that what happened in the past now it's going to still happen. That is, black farmers are going just to work for peanuts, and majority of them are saying no, they are not going back to work in those farms. Majority of the blacks who are reacting to these clips are saying that black people won't go to the farms. So let me just put you up to speed of how important agriculture is, and you can see how this problem is affecting Americans, because there are some people who some of those produce wrote in the market, and some of the produce maybe they'll be taken to the counter in not a stable form or way. So agriculture is very important, and it is something that plays an important role in the state of USA. It contributes significantly to the country's economy. It contributes to food security and the environmental sustainability of the United States of America. Let's look at some of the key aspects of the importance of agriculture in the United States. So the first thing that I've mentioned is about the economic contribution. Agriculture contributes around 5.5% to the United States gross domestic product, with the agricultural sector generating 1.537 trillion US dollars in the year 2023. Agricultural sector provides employment opportunities to approximately 22.1 million people, accounting for around 10.4% of total US employment. And guys, majority of these 22.1 million people, they get the laborers from the immigrants. Some majority from the Latinos and all other places of the world. And now that the ICE raids are happening, now this number has gone down drastically. Agriculture also plays an important role by the exports. It also has benefits that touch on the environment. The US farmers, most of them have adopted sustainable practices like planting of cover crops, no-till agriculture, and preserving some of the natural resources, and which reduces the green gas emissions that help in maintaining the balance in the atmosphere. Agriculture contributes to conservation efforts such as wetland restoration and wildlife habitat preservation. Also, agriculture helps in innovation and technology. American agriculture has been at the forefront of innovation and technology adoption, increasing productivity and sustainability. Advancement in agricultural practice, biotechnology, and precision farming have improved crop yields and reduced resource consumption. Looking at some of social benefits, agriculture provides social and economic opportunities for rural communities, supporting local economies and fostering economic relationship with other nations. The sector also contributes to public health benefits with access to fresh produce, helping to reduce chronic diseases Overall, agriculture is essential to the United States economy, providing food, jobs, and supporting natural resources and the environment. By investing in agricultural research, providing competitive markets, and ensuring supportive policies, the United States can continue to benefit from this vital sector. So it's good for President Trump to reconsider or some of his policies on the effect of the policies that are doing the impacting to the agricultural sector by taking away some of these immigrants is going to cost the United States a lot of the GDP and all these benefits. So this has been the video for today. If you are not subscribed to this channel, kindly do me the favor of subscribing to this channel. Until next time, God bless.
I just went down the rabbit hole of watching a couple dozen videos of farmers that are on the brink of bankruptcy, thanks to Donald Trump pulling the rug out from underneath them by not honoring promises made by the Biden administration, because God knows he can't honor some other president's decision. So that's where we're at. Most of these farmers that I'm seeing, it's like the level of regret for their vote is pretty extraordinary. I mean, they're basically saying they're off the Trump train. All right, good. I'm glad you learned your lesson. I'm sorry it's too late. But then there's also this like small contingency of farmers, it seems, that are almost giving him the benefit of the doubt, like it was some kind of an oopsie and that he's going to fix it. I mean, I don't know. At this point, it's not just about farmers. I think everybody's got to take a really good look at this and realize what's happening. This is on purpose. This is your government trying to hurt you. This is your government saying, I'm going to put you in a situation where you will very likely have to start selling off your equipment and potentially your farm. And if you're doing that, you know, guess who's going to scoop them up? It's not a question. It's these corporations that are headed up by his largest political donors. It's not that hard to follow the breadcrumbs here. So why do you think he's doing it? He's doing it because it's a favor to his political donors who want to buy your farm for pennies on the dollar. That's why it's happening. So just know that your government is actively trying to put you into dire straits so that you'll give up everything you have so that they can buy it cheap. So if you've got a 5th generation organic soybean farm, they want it. I'm quite sure Monsanto will buy it and pump the ground full of Roundup and no problem. And it's not just farmers. That's just who we're talking about today. It's going to be everybody. He has no problem cutting veteran benefits. He has no problem cutting health benefits, Medicaid, Medicare. They're going to go after Social Security. If there was ever a more clear indication that this government doesn't value you, me, and its citizens as people, find me a more clear example. And don't tell me about Hunter Biden's laptop or Hillary's emails. It's amazing how many times you could bring up these incredibly egregious things that this administration is doing, and the Trumpers still come back with like, well, at least he's not part of the Biden crime family. I'm like, okay. How was your farm under the Biden crime family? How's our economy? How are our institutions? Who does it help by eliminating the Department of Education? I still do not understand anyone who continues to back him. Granted, every day it's fewer and fewer people, but they're still there, more resolved than ever. And I think at some point people need to pay attention.
So the lobbyist groups for the farmers are proposing another bailout of $16 billion. The last time Syphilitic Sid did this in his first administration, they received a whopping $24 billion in bailouts. Well, this time around, Syphilitic Sid said he doesn't know if he can do that. He's not sure that that's something that they can accommodate. Look, I love the farmers. The farmers are wonderful. They farm, right? They farm. But, you know, we're trying to cut fraud and waste and a lot of unnecessary spending. So now these people and their lobbyists are trying to get bailouts. But what I want to understand is, what happened to you got to pull yourself up by the bootstraps? What happened to we voted for him because he's a great businessman? What happened to we're going to put our trust in him?